Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den After Hours. My name is Nick.
And I am Iron. Oh wait, no, Ian.
You're what?
I was gonna say Iron Man, but whoa.
Oh, you are not Iron Man.
No.
So what are we going to talk about today, Ian? We got a couple of games we're going to play.
Sure.
I'm sure we'll probably get sidetracked on a couple other topics.
The audience and I know exactly the same amount of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, we are on the same page.
And then we do have a topic today that we will try to get to eventually. What's our topic today? Do you know?
Something about streaming services destroying music.
Yes, we're going to kind of follow
destroy music.
We're going to follow up on my Thursday video and talk about how, at least the way I think, streaming has hurt music overall over the last 15, 20 years. There's a bunch of links down below. You got links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist that I put together every week, and the Patreon page. So make sure you check all that out. Like always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. But before we get to all that, Ian, what's been going on in your life, man? What's going on in the Ian world?
Well, I got over a sinus infection. That was fun. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
I had a sinus infection. It was great.
You're looking forward to the new Ian Anderson box set, aren't you?
I am. Apparently, it's going to be delayed delivery though, because your shows that it's on schedule to be delivered on the 23rd, and mine just says order received.
Yes, the box set is due to be released 2 days after this video comes out. This is all. It's how many? It's 5 solo albums from Ian Anderson.
Mm-hmm. It's all of his solo albums starting from '83 to 2014, which is why it's called 8314. And it's got
which
a live
I will
album.
say I think is a horrible name for a box set. I think there's probably a million other different names that could have named it. But
yeah, there's 3 records out of the 5 that have never been released on vinyl ever.
Yeah.
So, and one of them was from '83, so there's never been a modern day repressing of that.
Yeah.
So that really just leaves one that I already have. And what's weird is it's Homoeroticus.
Well, two you already have.
Oh, right.
You got Thick as a Brick 2 also.
So, and this is kind of to the both of those. So my copy of Thick as a Brick 2 was only part of the Thick as a Brick vinyl 40th anniversary package.
Yeah.
And that's just the only way you could get that vinyl. And it's the whole album on one disc. And the album is about 54 minutes long.
So it's crammed. It's crammed on the one disc.
It's a little cramped, yeah. So this one is spread over. It's spread out over 3 sides.
Yeah.
Homoeroticus, however, when that came out in 2014, I bought it, brand new. And that's on 2 discs over 4 sides. This version is 1 disc. So they opened up Thick as a Brick 2, but condensed Homoeroticus, which I don't really understand.
How long is Homoeroticus?
It's a little shorter, but not by much. I think it's still over 50 minutes.
Is it really?
I think so.
So really, once you get over 44, 45 minutes is probably the top that you should put on one LP. They should have just done the 3 sides like they did for the other 3 releases.
I would think so, yeah.
Especially since it's already they already had it pressed on 2 LPs previously.
Huh. Did you know it's not on Spotify, Homoeroticus?
Really? Well, no, Ian, because I don't use Spotify.
I do. Not very often. I don't use it to listen to Jethro Tull stuff or Ian Anderson stuff because it's
Is that where you were going to see how long it was?
Yeah, because it was
easy.
Easy.
I figured you just hop on Wikipedia and see.
Yeah, I already had Spotify open, so it was easy to go there.
It is not on Apple Music either.
Interesting.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm on Wikipedia now, so I will tell you. It is 51 minutes and 57
51 minutes. Yeah, that's a little long, I think, for a 1 LP release.
Well, especially since the original pressing of it was on 2 discs over 4 sides.
Yeah.
And this is just 1 disc. So
the album
that was weird.
The albums that were previously available on vinyl are going to be half-speed mastered. So
that would be Homoeroticus and Walk into Light.
Yeah.
Walking the Light's
So
like 38 minutes long. It's not
yeah,
even
super
that long.
short.
Super
Yeah.
short, yeah. Or
I
39
don't know.
minutes, something like that.
So yeah, I'll have my copy this Friday. We'll see if Ian receives his or not.
I hope so.
I'm probably gonna do I'll probably do a review video on it once I get it. I'll unbox it and all that stuff on camera.
Mm.
For the 17 people that'll be interested in it. What are you shaking your head like that for, Ian? You know
No,
that's true.
no. Actually, I think you were overshooting. It's probably more like 3.
Oh, we'll get more than that. It just won't be a hugely watched episode, which that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't put videos out to draw in views. I do videos because I enjoy the music that I talk about, or that, and I enjoy the topic I discuss.
So if you're listening or watching, don't subscribe, don't follow or like, because we just don't care. We don't care
I
about the
wouldn't say
views.
that. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I do care about that stuff, but
Right.
I don't. When I sit down and like figure out a topic for the show, my thought is never, oh, I'm going to do this because I know it'll draw in views. That's
Right.
not
Yeah, no,
something I really
we're
think
not,
about.
We're not clickbaity.
No, even though I'm accused of being clickbaity, that's not really the case. I will. So we'll go back a few weeks. I did a Thursday
The
video.
Wayback Machine? Okay.
We'll go in the Wayback Machine. A couple Thursdays ago, I did a video about bands I find unlistenable.
Mm-hmm.
And for our channel, it went kind of viral. It's got, I think last time I looked, like 17,000 views on it, which is a lot for our
us,
channel.
yeah.
It's the highest viewed video on the channel. It has a lot of comments on there, and it's got a bunch of really interesting comments on there also. I will say that what's the best way to put this? It's really easy to make metal fans mad. And there's a lot of them claiming.
You could argue it's easy to make music fans mad. In general.
That's true. That's true. But it was a lot of. I guess I shouldn't really say metal fans.
You did kind of attack 2 very big metal bands.
Yeah.
And it's not that I will say that Nick's views do not represent my views.
Yeah.
But some of the points you made about why you didn't like them, I understood. I understood those things.
And so that was the whole thing. It was like, so there were several people on there saying that like I made this video to be a troll, or I was just trying to be clickbaity about it. What was the one thing I kind of laughed when I saw? One guy said I was obviously dishonest. Ian, you've known me for a long time. You can kind of attest to me being someone that is not afraid to say my views, even when my views aren't exactly popular. But I will say, like, when I did the video because I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk about. And because there are bands, and the bands I talked about in the video are bands that I've tried to listen to a bunch of times, I just, for one reason or another, I just can't get into them. And I feel like I wasn't nasty in the video. I didn't tell people I didn't say these bands suck and you shouldn't listen to these bands. I said that these are bands that I just can't listen to. And that was the promise of it. And I feel like I at least gave reasons for each one of those bands.
No,
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you didn't. The only like comment, and I actually told you this off camera anyway. You had made the comment about Rush's lyrics being, I forgot how you worded it.
I think I said dull.
Yeah,
uninteresting.
Uninteresting, and that I could totally disagree with you on, for sure. And I suggested that you listen to Subdivisions, the song, because that's a very deep song.
I'm not saying that's not the case. Obviously, that's not the case across all their albums,
right?
But I feel like there are large portions of their music where I do kind of find the lyrics kind of uninteresting. Obviously, it's not the case for every song, and I don't feel that way for every song. But that's kind of like a general kind of thing I got from their music. I've never been. I've tried to listen to Rush a bunch of times. For me,
it's
regardless of the lyrics, musically they're really good. I mean, Neil Peart is one of the greatest drummers of all time. Geddy Lee's voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me. I just cannot get past it. As much as I try. And, there are other singers that sing in a similar style to him that don't really bother me. It's just something about his vocals.
His voice, yeah.
It's his voice.
That's why I said I that part I understand, because it's there's always it's like looking at a painting. There's things, there's aesthetic things that it just don't work for you, and vocals and music. When you're talking about music, it's going to be sound related. So vocals make sense. I don't agree, but I don't challenge you're not liking it.
Yeah, there were several people that took
terrible, horrible person.
There were several people that took offense to me saying that what I say the best Megadeth song is worse than the worst Metallica song. And people had a lot of issues with that. I guess mainly because of Lulu, which Lulu isn't great, but the problem with Lulu isn't necessarily Metallica. It's Lou Reed. It's the spoken word parts. But like the whole premise of Lulu is it's like the Lulu Chronicles, wasn't it? It was like late 1800s.
I've only listened. I've tried listening to it twice. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, my issue isn't necessarily Metallica. It's Lou Reed on that album. It's not great, but I would still rather listen to that than anything by Megadeth.
Oh, see,
I don't really consider Lulu a Metallica album. It's a collaboration album.
Right. I would say with Metallica and Megadeth, so they're so divergent, and intentionally so. I mean, there's some early stuff that's very similar, but they diverge very drastically once you hit the late 80s, early 90s. So I don't comparing them as like apples and oranges from my perspective.
Well, I mean, the early part of their careers, I mean, Dave Mustaine wrote, or co-wrote several songs off of Kill 'Em All. I mean, so like earlier in their career, you can kind of compare them, but like, yeah, I mean, Megadeth is one of those bands that like after the first couple of albums, I felt like they were like a one trick pony, where the music never really changed a whole lot, which, some bands are like that. Some bands never really get all that experimental in their music, and whatever. I mean, at any point in Megadeth's career, I was never, a big fan of it. But that's me. There's lots of people out there that have, and the funny thing was, I even said that in the video. I was like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will feel attacked, and they probably feel the same way about a lot of the bands I love. But I was just trying to be honest about the way I felt about those bands I talked about. And as far as like AC/DC, I know you aren't a huge fan of them either. I mean, I love the Bon Scott era, but I really feel like the band.
I prefer the Bon Scott era, but I might get shit, but I just feel like they're a glorified bar band.
Yeah,
like I think you said in the video, if it weren't for Angus Young, his personality on stage and all that, that they would never have made it anywhere. So.
Yeah. The funny thing was, I referenced you in the video, but not by name.
Oh,
because I think I said in the video that there's a friend of mine that thinks they're like a glorified bar band. That was you.
It was me. Guilty as charged.
But I mean, I like the Bon Scott stuff. I just feel like after Bon Scott died, they probably should have ended the band. Or maybe not end the band, when they bring in Brian Johnson, go under a different name.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It would have been tough because, like, as we all know, at first, Back in Black mostly was written by Bon Scott or co-written by Bon Scott.
That's debated.
Right.
I feel like there was a lot of songs that he had influence on before his death, but I don't know how far along in the writing process they were on that album.
Yeah.
What were some other really interesting things that people said in that video? I don't know. I just thought it was really funny how easily it was to offend people, and it wasn't my intent, obviously.
Okay, Trolly McTrolls a lot.
I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't trying to troll people. I just
that's exactly what a troll would say.
That is what a troll would say,
right?
I don't know. I figured I'd give you an opportunity to kind of bash on me about some of my picks. So.
No, because musical opinions, they're like assholes. Everyone has one.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of really interesting comments on that video.
Yeah.
Though. What else is going on? So the video for last Thursday, which is one we're kind of expand on today, I fucked up.
Oh, no.
So
I
this is
don't
like
believe it.
when it comes to like doing videos, YouTube videos, it's kind of like my biggest fear. And that is to like accidentally leave parts in the video. And I don't really know how this happened, but I was like, so the video went out Thursday and it was performing pretty well. And I was in bed Thursday night, like scrolling through and like answering some comments. And someone commented and said, "Hey, I love the bloopers at the end." I was like, what the fuck? So what happened was,
Now I have to watch the video.
See what had
Or did you take it down and change it?
I took it down and cut it.
Eh.
So here's what happened. So I recorded this video, and when I was editing it, I was like, man, I feel like there's like it's missing something. I need another part to it. I felt like I didn't like fully flush out what I wanted to say about it. So I recorded another part, and of course, like Ian, you've recorded with me a lot of times. How many times do I fuck stuff up?
Almost every minute of every video is a fuck up. You're seeing like take 27.
I will say that there are times when I'm editing videos, when I'm editing our like Sunday videos, where I like audibly laugh at some of the stuff that goes on. Like you get all like pissy with, not like really pissy, but like
I give you shit though. I
give you a lot
of shit.
Fucking up. So because I do, I stutter, I stumble over my words a lot. It's just something I've done my entire life. So I did like 3 or 4.
Joe Biden.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
right.
So I did like
for you.
So I did like 3 or 4 like little takes to kind of figure out what I wanted to say, and like the last one I thought was a really good one. So the way I edit the Vinyl Den videos is it's basically a template that I have, and then I cut out the video part out of it and just drop the new video in. Like, so I've got all the rest of the stuff already all set up in the video. It just makes video editing a lot easier to do it that way. So basically what I did was I took the raw video and dropped it at the end of the video, which I've done this a bunch of times before, and then go through and perfectly edit out the section I want.
Right. And
delete all the rest of it, and then I take that part and drop it into the video. So I had deleted the raw video at the end when I took what I wanted and put it in the video. I don't know how the hell this happened, but somehow it like, I don't know if I hit the button to like undo the delete, but somehow put it back at the end of that video, and I didn't catch it. I mean, it's honestly, so the video that just came out, it'll be the video that just came out on Sunday, is the 700th video I put on the Vinyl Den channel. Right. So I've done a lot of fucking videos over the last 4 years. It's only the second time this has happened. Why do I have balloons flowing up around me? Did you see that?
I did see that. Hopefully it recorded.
I don't know why I put my hands up and it was like balloons, but whatever.
I didn't know we could do that. I'm gonna start doing that myself.
Do that either. So anyway, I was able to. I took the video, made the video private, and then you can go into the editor on YouTube and like cut out the part. So I cut out the end of it and republished it, but it takes like 5 hours for it to damn re-render through YouTube. So the video was down for a little while, but it's still performing well. And I just oops. I fuck things up sometimes. Obviously I'm not one of these, we're not one of these big channels. I don't hire editors and all this other stuff. I do all the editing myself. So,
and it shows.
Sometimes you break some eggs, man. But there was something else I needed to talk about. Damn.
Oh no.
I'm glad I wrote this on my little list because I would completely forgot about it. So I've been doing these Tuesday new release videos for, I don't know, 3 years now. Sure. And I remember there for a while I was getting comments like, oh, because what I do is when I do the video, I put links to all the albums I talk about in the comment section. And I kind of got a couple of comments that were like, hey, don't click on these links because he's making money off of them. And I was commented back and said, no, I put the links on there just as a reference because I wasn't doing that for a while. And people were like, hey, I can't find this album you're talking about. Where's this at? So that's why I started putting links in there. And then I remember I was doing a video one time and someone left a comment like that. Hey, don't click on this link. And someone commented back and was like, he's put all this work in this video. Why shouldn't he make money? Why is that wrong for him to make money off it? And I was like, man, it's a good point. Because those videos by themselves are probably, I will say, 6 to 8 hours of work every week just for that, 15-minute video on Tuesdays. There's a lot of work I put in those videos. There's a lot of research that goes into it because there's not a really good resource to find all the new releases for the week.
Right.
So I, got an Amazon Associates account, and those links you click on, I get a percentage of that money when you click on those links. So I've been doing that up until just within the last week or so. I joined a new program through Amazon. We're able to actually have our own Vinyl Den store. So I'll put a link below down in the comment section. Go check out the Amazon store for the Vinyl Den. I've got a bunch of stuff on there. I'll put all the new releases for the week on there. I'll put some big pre-orders on there. I've got a link on there it's called Next Picks, where just some great albums I picked to kind of toss on there to kind of.
I don't know. We watched your other video. Maybe your picks aren't the best.
Very, very true. But it's got staple albums on there.
Right.
And then I've got some turntables on there. There's some record accessory kind of stuff on there, record rollers and things like that. It's just a lot of cool stuff that, I just try to have a nice resource to be able, people can go to and find stuff. And hey, it even says on there that, I do make commission off it, but it's the Vinyl Den store on Amazon. If you want to check that out, it's greatly appreciated. Just wanted to throw out a little plug there. Let people know about that. So what else? Anything going on, Ian?
No, I got a tickle in my throat.
A tickle in your throat is better than a pickle in your throat. I will say that.
Well, I mean, for some people, I suppose. There's some people who might prefer the pickle.
That might prefer pickles in their throat. All right, Ian. So let's. So we got 2 games we're gonna play. We're gonna do the Back in Time or Back to the Past Billboard 200 game.
Okay.
Or I've got that, and then I've got a kind of like a Family Feud kind of game that we're gonna play. Which one would you rather play first? I'll give you the option.
Let's get the Billboard one out of the way.
Okay. So we're going to go way back in time. We're going to go back. We're going back to the week of August 20th. So this episode will be out on August 21st. So we're going back to the week of August 20th, 1994. So we're going back 30 years, which doesn't seem like 30 years ago.
No.
All right. Really. Can you tell me what the number 1 album was the week of August 20th, 1994? Do you want to guess first, or do you want me to give you a hint first?
Give me a small hint.
The first 2 albums are both soundtracks.
1994. Is it the Reality Bites soundtrack?
No, it was not. Was that out in 1994?
93 or 94, I think.
Was it? Okay. No, it
couldn't
was
have been
not
Empire Records because that was 95.
No. I will say that this album was number 1. It was number 1 the week before also. And at this point had spent 10 weeks on the Billboard 200.
So that's going back to late June?
Yeah. So
let me know
if you need another hint.
Just give me one more hint. If I don't get it on that, then I'll just give up.
This might kind of give it away, but it's animated.
In 94? Was it? It couldn't have been The Lion King, was it?
It was The Lion King. The Lion King was number 1 that week. Can you guess what number 2 was? It was also a soundtrack. It was a gigantic soundtrack. It was number 2 the week before. It had been on the chart for 5 weeks at this point. Probably, I think it's one of the best soundtracks of the 90s.
Yeah. And the movie was out at the same time?
Yes.
94. Best soundtracks.
Big movie. Big quotable movie, too. Lots of great quotes from this movie.
Pulp Fiction?
No, Pulp Fiction was later.
No, it was 94.
It was late 94, though, wasn't it?
No, I mean, August is beginning of this last quarter of the year.
Yeah. It was not.
Quotable movie from 94 and had a big soundtrack. I give up.
It covered multiple decades. The movie spanned multiple decades. Oh,
Jesus. Forrest Gump.
Yes. Forrest Gump was number 2 that week.
It's not really that quotable of a movie.
There's a bunch of
life's a box of chocolates bullshit. I don't like that. And the whole run, Forrest, run. Yeah,
Pulp Fiction was released in October
okay.
of '94.
Okay.
It was out earlier in the year, and I think it went to Cannes, but it was October.
Okay.
Yes. Forrest Gump was number 2. Yeah, I thought there was a lot of great quotes in that. You know, Jenny and
Jenny.
Lots of good stuff. Number 3, you'll never guess what number 3 was. Number 3 is The Sign by Ace of Base.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really good albums
because they saw the sign.
Yeah,
it opened up their eyes and they saw the sign.
Regulate G-Funk Era by Warren G was 4, which is a good album. Purple by Stone Temple Pilots was 5. August and Everything After by Counting Crows was 6. Voodoo Lounge by the Rolling Stones was number 7, which that was an album when that was like one of the very first, it might have been the first Rolling Stones album that I listened to when it was released.
Right.
And I was like, I remember like listening to the album and I was like, okay, the Rolling Stones had this like great history, you know, they're held up like the Beatles. And this is just kind of okay. I wasn't, you know, obviously it's grown on me over the years since, but I was not really impressed with that album. Even though like I felt like there were some parts of that that were maybe a little reminiscent of some of their 70s stuff. But I don't know, the Rolling Stones, their music in the 80s really sucked.
Yeah.
But
it's some good stuff. It's open to opinion
course,
for sure.
Of course. But I felt like Voodoo Lounge, like looking back on it, I like Voodoo Lounge. I'll probably it's getting reissued here pretty soon. I'll probably grab a copy of it when they go, I think it's the 30th anniversary release they've got coming out. So, but
I'm surprised August and Everything After was still on the charts because that was 93.
That had been on the chart for 34 weeks at that time.
Wow.
Super Unknown was number 8. Candlebox self-titled album was number 9. Not a Moment Too Soon by Tim McGraw was number 10, which I think that's the album that has Don't Take the Girl on it, I think. Which, for country album, it's not a bad album. Some other good ones on here. Smash by The Offspring was at number 11. Dookie was at number 13. The Reality Bites soundtrack, which you guessed, right?
That was what I thought. I thought maybe it was the number 1, yeah.
That was number 16. The peak position for that was 13 at that point, which I don't think it climbed any higher.
Right. Yeah, I just remember people, it was popular, but who knows if it was Billboard charts popular.
Chant by the Benedictine monks of Santo Domingo was number 18.
Yeah, I remember everyone was going apeshit over over those chants.
I remember we were just talking about that one. Might have been the first episode of After Hours, but I completely forgot that whole like craze even existed.
Right.
The Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid by Collective Soul was at number 22 that week. Get a Grip by Aerosmith was at 25. Ill Communication by Beastie Boys was at number 28. Siamese Dream was at number 30. There's this list of 90. Yeah, there's a lot of really good albums, a lot of heavy hitters in the top 100. Once you get past the top 100, it's not all that fantastic. Right. But Division Bell was at 33. What else? Oh, Live at the Acropolis, which is, I think your mom had that on CD.
My mom and my dad both. Yeah, my dad had it on Laserdisc. He had the full concert on Laserdisc.
The 15
still does.
minutes.
I think he still has it.
Yeah, the 15 minutes when Laserdisc was a thing.
I will say the violin duel that's in the piece Within Attraction is quite fun to watch.
Yeah. I remember you playing. Good. I remember watching it at your house. Yeah. Another great soundtrack is at 41, The Crow. There's a lot of soundtracks on this one.
Yeah.
New Miserable Experience by Jim Blossoms was 43. Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails was at 45. So yeah, good chart, good week.
Yeah.
Hey, it didn't take too many guesses or too many hints for you to pick up on the number 1 album that week.
No, well, the second one I should have known, but I wasn't thinking.
Yeah. All right, so that was our first little game to play.
Sure.
The second one. So there's a YouTube channel called the Punk Rock Radar that I watch, and they do this. I think they call it like a Family Feud style game.
Okay.
Which we're gonna do something kind of similar, but they've got 3 people on their podcast, so it's a little easier to play and Actually, I think it's either 3 or 4 people that are on there, and they do like 3 rounds, and then whoever has the most points at the end wins. But we're gonna do just with you, and we're gonna just do like 1 round of it. Basically, what they do is they pick a band, and then they try to guess like what they do the top 5 songs streamed, the most 5 most popular songs streamed on Spotify. Right?
Okay.
So I figured to make this a little bit easier, I would pick your favorite band. We'll start the first round. The first time we do this, I'll make it a little easier for you. I'll pull up the top 10, right? You get 3 X's, and then you're over, right?
Okay.
So can
Counting
you name
Crows or Jethro Tull?
Jethro Tull.
Okay.
So we're going to do the top, see if you can guess the top 10 most streamed songs on Spotify from Jethro Tull.
Okay.
All right, so throw one out.
Aqualung.
Aqualung is number 1 with 104 million, little over 104 million streams.
Locomotive Breath.
Which is number 2. It's 64 million.
Bungle in the Jungle.
Bungle in the Jungle is number 9.
So let's see. Go from there.
Bungle in the Jungle with a little over 13 million streams.
Nothing is Easy.
Oh, that's a big X for you. Not in the top 10. Not in the top 10.
Is Bore in the top 10?
Bore is not in the top 10. There's another X for you, Ian.
Holy shit. All right. Cross-Eyed Mary.
Cross-Eyed Mary is number 5 at 24 million.
How about I can't see Thick as a Brick because is any part of Thick as a Brick because the Steve Wilson remaster is broken up into tracks.
Do you think that's on there, Ian?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got 1 strike left.
Ooh. How many have I gotten so far?
You've got Aqualung, Locomotive Breath,
Cross-Eyed Mary, and Bungle
Cross-Eyed Mary, and Bungle in the Jungle.
4 out of 10. Oh shit.
4 out of 10.
How about?
Do you want me to give you a hint?
No. My God.
Is not on there. That's
No,
your third X.
That was my
you
third
are
X.
Out.
I'm out.
You're out. How many? You got 4 of them, right? 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Yeah.
What if I told you that the top 5 are all from one fucking album?
Well, that's why I was going in that direction. Aqualung, obviously. Aqualung, Cross-Eyed Mary, Locomotive Breath. That's 3.
Well, what are the other 2 from that one?
Well, there would have been Mother Goose, Cheap Day Return.
Nope. Oh yeah, Cheap Day Return is number 4.
Hymn 43.
Nope.
Really? Well, what's left? You've got Wind Up.
Nope.
And Slipstream.
Wondering Aloud.
I'm Wondering Aloud. Okay, yeah.
That's number 3. That's the third most streamed song from Jethro
Wondering
Tull.
Aloud. Interesting.
A little over 23 million streams. So yeah, Aqualung, Locomotive Breath, Wondering Aloud, Cheap Day Return, Cross-Eyed Mary. I really thought you would do a lot better than that, Ian.
Well, I mean, I could I could literally go chronologically name you every Jethro Tull song on every album going from 1968 to 2023.
Yeah.
However, I can't judge other people's listening habits.
I'm surprised
I don't listen to Aqualung that much at all.
The song at number 6, I'm really surprised you didn't get.
Songs from
Living in the Past.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A little over 16 million streams. Number 7 is another obvious. Number 7 is one I thought you'd get right away. And that's Teacher. Little over 13 million streams.
Yeah, I should have just gone through my head and played the songs that I know I've heard on the radio before.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. Number 8 is one that I didn't expect to be in the top 10, and that is We Used to Know. Great song. I love the album. A little over 12 million streams. Then you've got Bungle in the Jungle, and then Round at number 10.
Round, really?
It's got over a million streams on there.
Interesting. That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
that's a really deep cut off their first album.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
it's one of the few that aren't written by Ian Anderson. I think that's strictly a Mick Abraham song.
It was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the top 10 according to Spotify. I will say, if you go on Apple Music, they've got completely different, obviously, because it's a different streaming platform. But they've got a different most streamed. Yeah, I was really surprised to see round on there also. But
Yeah, that's. I never would have guessed that ever. In
do
a
you want
million
to try
years.
another one, Ian?
Sure, hit me.
Let's do another one I think you can get.
Okay.
Let's do Green Day. The top
Okay.
10 most streamed songs by Green Day according to Spotify. By the way, they've got a lot more streams than Jethro Tull, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, no kidding.
I will say that not to spoil anything, but the most streamed Jethro Tull song, which is Aqualung, has 104 million streams, which is a lot. But the most streamed Green Day song has over 1.1 billion streams.
Yeah, that
That's a
makes
lot.
sense. So,
Here, let
in
me
no
see if I can.
particular. Yeah, you write
Okay.
these down so we don't
Okay.
lose track.
Okay.
We're doing 10, right?
Yep, because you
All
should
right.
be able to get some of these.
So, I'm going to say American Idiot.
American Idiot is number 3 with a little under 1 billion streams. So looking at this, I'm wrong. It's not top 10 by amount of streams. It's just the top 10 most popular. So we'll go with the top 10 most popular songs by Green Day. You guessed
American Idiot.
American Idiot. So American Idiot is number 3. That is the third most popular song according to Spotify.
Basket Case.
Basket Case is number 1 with a little over 1 billion streams.
Then we've got Welcome to Paradise.
Welcome to Paradise is not on there. It's a big X for you, Ian.
All right. First one. Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. So that's on there. I'll give you credit for it, but it's number 10. It's Holiday / Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
On the when it was originally released on Spotify, they were 2 separate songs. They're 2 separate songs on the CD. Now, with subsequent releases, they've put them together.
So it's like 428 million streams for that song.
Okay. Let's see. What would be the next? Anything off Saviors?
No, Saviors is too new.
Yeah.
So you got 4 songs so far.
Minority?
Right? Minority is not on there. That's big. That's your second big X.
All right. Well, the Good Riddance has to be on there.
Yes, that was number 2. Yeah. That 719 million streams.
Brain Stew?
Brain Stew is number 9 at 252 million streams. So you got 6 of them so far.
Wow.
Actually, no, hold on. So Boulevard of Broken Dreams is on there twice. It is number 5 and it's number 10 with Holiday. So I'll give you credit for that too.
Oh, so I've got 7 out of 10?
So you got 7 out of 10.
I have 3 more.
So you got you're missing number 6, 7, and 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus of Suburbia?
It is not on there.
I figured I would go with stick with the American Idiot, but is it off of Dookie?
So no, it's not actually.
No more.
So number 1 is Basket Case, which you got. You got number 2, which is Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. Number 3 is American Idiot, which you got. Number 4 was When I Come Around, which you got. Number 5 was Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Number 6 is Wake Me Up When September Ends.
I did not say When I Come Around.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Did you not?
No, I said Welcome to Paradise.
Oh. Okay. Well, you didn't get that. So
I didn't get that one. Yeah.
You didn't get that one. So yeah. So you didn't get that. You didn't get Wake Me Up When September Ends. Number 7 was Holiday. Number 8 was 21 Guns. Number 9 was Brain Stew. And then number 10 was Holiday / Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
So really, if you think about it, it's really top 9 because those 2 songs are already on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, cool.
So it's kind of fun. Trying to guess the most popular songs according to Spotify. Like I said, I was wrong. It's not by number of streams. It's just the most popular. I don't know how they gauge what are the most popular songs, but
I don't know.
That's kind of fun. But
we'll have to do Counting Crows next. That'll be a hard one. Although now that I know that I could always look it up, cheat.
Don't do that.
No, I won't do that.
That's no fun.
I know.
So yeah, like
I said, I can't really gauge popularity. I know what I like, and like I said, Aqualung is the album I probably listen to the least because it's the album I've listened to the most over the course of my entire life.
Yeah.
So
When it comes to like that kind of stuff, you got to think of like what were the big like radio hits, or what are the like the ones that everyone fucking knows.
Right.
So you did better with the
Green Day
with
one.
Green Day after you got
Yeah,
the
and now that
gist
I
of the
think
game.
about it, I guess radio hit wise, Jesus Suburbia wouldn't count, but they did make a music video for that 9-minute track.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a Thriller version. It's like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
More of a little mini short movie kind of thing.
So it kind of brings us to our topic. I guess we can get to our topic for once.
We have a topic?
Even though we're like we're getting into it super late in the episode here. Well, I guess we can spend about 15 minutes and talk about it a little bit. So my Thursday video was about how I feel that streaming has really ruined music.
As we just got done doing 2 games that relied heavily on us using streaming services.
Yes. Well, but my whole premise was, I will say that there were people in the comments that were calling me that because. So my big thing with streaming is, and we've talked about this multiple times, is that streaming really has made music feel disposable.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of my big thing with it is, it's really kind of taken away part of that experience. When everything is just free and I mean, I shouldn't say free because you've got to pay for, a majority of streaming services. Obviously you can get, stuff off of YouTube. There's free versions of Spotify. Pandora is free. There are free services out there, but when you no longer are like invested, when there's like an actual investment into your entertainment, into your music, it's not special anymore.
Right.
And I think I even said in my video that I didn't want to come across as like, old man shaking fist at clouds, but like, and I didn't want this to be a feeling nostalgic for something because it's not what it is. But like, as someone that grew up, we both kind of grew up with having to actually own your music, buying it, waiting, the anticipation for something to come out. It's just not the same anymore. And I feel like younger generations are being robbed of that experience.
Okay,
I don't know
Boomer.
how you feel about it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, streaming does have its utility, but the problem is that streaming is the industry's reaction to Napster. I mean, we the consumer, we the people who may have.
Well, I don't know if I'd say Napster, but yeah.
But it is because streaming came out of that Napster thing, that selling music song by song, having it accessible through a website. It all started with that. And to be fair to the industry, as much as I hate doing that, it's our fault because we were the ones stealing that music in the first place. So
yeah, absolutely.
We forced them.
I mean, I wasn't. I don't know who you're talking about.
Right. This in no way implicates either one of us. I want that to be clear.
Statute of limitations is long gone.
Right. However, those who did partake of that forced the industry to reevaluate what they were doing, and it forced them into this what is now streaming. We did that to them.
Yeah.
For better or worse. It does have its utility though. I use it as a tool.
Can I kind of interrupt you real quick though?
No,
because
no.
I mean, because I mean you are right, but so I wouldn't say that we caused it because of Napster. I would say Napster was a result of the greed of the music industry in the late 90s.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that the music industry was totally innocent and it was all these, rapscallions coming in and stealing the music from them, taking the food out of the mouths of the children. Yeah. I'm not saying that. There was definitely it was a combination of the two. The greed was our people finding a way to steal music was a way to respond to the greed, and the streaming and all that, the way that music is sold out now mostly is a result of how they responded to that. So it's like anything else. There's two sides to it, and both sides are guilty of atrocities. So
And I mean, as much as I complain about streaming, I mean, I even talked about the video, like, I'm never going to not have a streaming service. Like,
Right.
it is a useful tool. I just don't like what it's done to music. I don't like what it's done to the music industry,
Right.
uh, you know, especially with artists, like obviously bigger artists, your Metallicas,
Taylor Swift's.
Aerosmith, Taylor Swift. It doesn't really impact them, but
No.
what really hurts are, up and coming bands,
Right.
or, bands that are out there, they're like struggling to survive. They're not making money off their fucking music.
No. That's why I honestly I will recommend to anybody, if you can find music on Bandcamp, that's a good place to get it, because the artists are getting a lot more of that money, and you can
Yeah.
buy it in any form you want. They usually sell physical media, they sell digital media, they sell all formats of digital media. So yeah, if you can get your stuff on Bandcamp, a lot more of the money goes to the artists, and it's going to be a lot more artists that you may never even heard of. There's be
Yeah.
smaller artists there. So.
There's some smaller artists I've come across that there's one I just came across within the last couple of days called, what's the name of it? I think it's called Internet Friends or something like that. But it's like this young pop punk band. Basically what they're doing is they've got a 4-song EP, and they will send their CD to you for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Now granted, shipping is like overinflated. It's $9 for shipping, but
Right.
it's things like that. At least I know the money is going to the band.
Right.
I saw something a couple of days ago. It was something along the lines of, if the cost of one $20 or $25 record, the musician gets as much money from that than they do from like 2,000 hours of streaming music. Like musicians don't make money off of streaming. Labels do.
Right.
And your bigger artists do, obviously. Also, Metallica, they're making money off of streaming.
Right.
Because they're getting billions of streams a year. But your average band out there, they're not making anything off of that. I mean, I've seen musicians post their $1.25 paycheck from Amazon Music, on social media before. Like, how are they supposed to survive off their music? So what they do is they tour nonstop, and they charge $100
a ticket
for a show. I'm seeing. So this comes out on the 21st. So actually, the day this comes out, I'll be seeing NoFX. NoFX is a band that for 30 years you could go see for $25-$30 most. Top was $25 or $30. It's like 90 or $100 a person to go see fucking NoFX. Now, granted, it's their final tour.
I was going to say it's their retirement tour.
Yeah, and it's the only reason I'm going to go see them. Well, I've never seen them before, so I'd love to see them, but it's going to be the last opportunity I'll have to go see them. So right. I was like, fuck it, I'll spend the $100 to be in the pit. It's at a small venue, so it just sucks that musicians can't survive off of their music, and that's another big thing that streaming has done to music. Well, I mean, but like you said, it's part of the blame goes on us, the music consumer.
Because nobody stood up and said, no, we don't want this. We want our CDs, we want our records, and we want the artists to get, much more of the take. No, nobody ever did that. And no one was, when you're sticking it to the record companies by stealing artists' music, you're sticking it to the band too.
Yeah.
So it's, there's plenty of blame to go around. I think, for most of the people who are watching our channel, especially, they're buying physical media, or they're paying for digital downloads that are high resolution. So they're buying music because they want to be able to experience it at that higher level. And like I said, I use Spotify as a tool. It's how I go and find new music. I look to see what the new releases are every week. I look at the suggested artists that come up with other artists that I like. So I'm always I'm using Spotify as a tool. I don't ever just turn Spotify on, or at least very rarely do I ever just turn Spotify on and listen to it.
Yeah.
But I do have the premium subscription for that. So
there's something else, and something you brought up. I never really thought about it until you started talking about it. And it kind of goes back to the whole disposability, or is that even a word, of music, but or music being disposable. is the fact that a lot of people don't even listen to music anymore. A lot of people, it's just something to fill the background of their life. You know, music, as somebody who has a deep love of music, and music has been intertwined through my life since I was, 4 or 5 years old. It's like, it doesn't make sense to me that there are people out there that really have no passion for anything music wise. It's just like, because you've said it before, you've talked to people and they're like, what's your favorite band? And they're like, what's the response when you ask them that, Ian?
Usually they say, I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I just listen to everything.
Or whatever's on. Yeah. Like, you can't even name your favorite artist because, like I said, it's not really something that they're invested in. People, they're not sitting down to listen to it. It's okay. I'm gonna, hey, turn on Spotify, turn on Apple Music, whatever, and just stream a playlist, or hit the infinity button or whatever it is on Apple Music and let it play whatever for hours on end. And you've just got it on. Maybe every once in a while you go, oh, well, that's a good song, and kind of pay attention to it. But then after that minute or two's gone, you just kind of move on, and it's just on in the background. And that's not the way I've ever consumed music.
No.
But
it's I think it's society is in many ways trying to train for it. You've got music in everything. You got music on in the dentist's office, in the doctor's office, in the elevator, you go to the grocery store, they got music playing. It's just,
I mean, that's always been the case, though.
Yeah, but it's, if the industry starts pushing in that direction to make things even more disposable, more, fair weather, it all just feeds the beast, basically, is what I'm saying. So.
Yeah. I mean, it ends up benefiting the labels, because they can just kind of do whatever they want with a band, and whatever they say is what kind of goes. It's they can't really fight against the band, against the label. The label kind of holds all the cards, and then when the label is done with them, they just cast the band aside and move on to the next.
Basically,
project.
Just get a younger version of the previous band.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's something that I did a video on just because, I felt like it was something I wanted to talk about. Because that's the thing, is like, sometimes I get these ideas and like I'll just kind of run with it. And I will say that
trolling.
Nick the Troll.
Yes.
I will say that that's something else about our channel, is nothing is ever scripted. I don't script anything that we talk about. And when I fuck up and leave things in the video, you can see that it's not scripted.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, at best, you just have a topic. You just say, hey, we're going to talk about this. And then you leave it up to me to do nothing about that until I show up for the moment of record. So, I mean, if anything, I can 100% guarantee my shit's not scripted.
Yeah. Half the time, Ian doesn't even know what the topic is.
Nope.
But I will say that, like, at least for my Tuesday video, I'll like write out bullet points that I want to kind of hit. If there's like,
that's because you're going through a list of things that's specific. So.
Yeah, but that's I guess that's kind of half-ass scripted, but it's still not scripted. But
no,
I don't know. Anything else you want to add, Ian, about streaming or anything else? No, as you fall away from the camera again,
slide out of screen. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, scripted or not, he's lucky I'm conscious most of the time. Yeah.
So yeah, any questions or comments, you can email us at what's our email address, Ian?
The Vinyl
Den channel at gmail.com.
Yeah, that what you said. I was just testing you.
Give us the old thumbs up on
do that.
On YouTube. I will say that the podcast is available now on Spotify. It's available on Apple Music. It's available, should be pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, there you go. Streaming, destroying the music industry. The podcast industry is ruined.
Yeah. That is the podcast industry, Ian. It's always been that.
Oh yeah.
But give us the old thumbs up. Drop a comment down below and all that fun stuff. That's all I got. Until next time.
Talk to y'all later.
Peace.